Hi and welcome to the video. In this video, I'll be reviewing Prateek Kuhad's new song, Kasoor. Before we get into the video, I just want to thank you all for all the love and appreciation on my last video. If you haven't checked it out yet, please check it out in the channel or I'll put a card here. Thanks a lot for all of that. And as I told you in the last video, I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers. So it would be great help if you guys share it and spread it. Thanks a lot. As usual, I'll be splitting this review into two major chunks. The first one being singing and lyrics, and the second part being music production. Let's get right into the review. At the very outset, let me confess that I'm not very familiar with a lot of Prateek Kuhad's work, but I'm discovering him now. I think I heard only one song a lot, which was his Cold Mess song, which created a ruckus last year or early this year. And that was a really good song to get into. So I'm hoping to discover most of his music. With that said and done, let's get right into the review. First part is singing and lyrics. Singing here is pretty clean, I must admit. Though he has not tried to show a lot of his singing chops, whatever he has done is beautiful. There is a lot of subtlety, and he gets the feeling home. Whatever he has written, he has kind of given justice or done justice to those words with his voice, which is what I'm looking for. And I think this is very common in the singer-songwriter kind of genre, and that's what they're going for. And he has accomplished it beautifully. And I have no complaints with the singing. Actually, I really liked it, and I kept listening to the song on a loop, mostly because of his voice. Let's get into the lyrics. The lyrics are very light and breezy. They're very conversational. They don't come from any literary lineage as such, or they're not very poetic. They're very conversational. They're very lyrical, as they should be. But I was really amazed to see him pronounce all the Urdu words right, except for one. I'll get to that at the very end, and that's not really a criticism or a mistake that I found out. It's just a nitpick. I'll get to that in the very end. But I really loved how he pronounced words like khab and khahishein instead of going khwab or khwahishein. I was really impressed. And even though he's singing kind of in the lower kind of a register, there was absolutely no problem with clarity. Obviously, that has a lot to do with mixing as well. But all in all, great writing and great vocal performance. Let's get into the composition and production part of the video. So the overall production is very minimal, and since there are very few elements, each one has been worked upon pretty well, and each one stands out and also as a whole performs its own function throughout the song. So usually if you see in any song, the song starts out pretty mellow and it keeps on building and building and building. More elements are added and some are taken off. But here the song starts with harmonies, which was very interesting. Also, even in the parts where there are no harmonies, uh, Prateek's vocals are like stacked a lot. And for people who don't know what that is they record the vocal and then they duplicate it many number of times with slight variation and some vocal effects. So it gives you a full and a round sound. It's not very thin, it's a very thick sound, and that's why the you feel that he's singing very close to you or right in your face. So that creates a great kind of feeling. So kudos to the team for doing that. Another thing I noticed, which was very impressive and very different here, is that use of percussion. So tambourine hits have been used, that clinky sound you hear throughout the song, and usually they are used as side percussion. Here it's in the forefront, so it's really nice to see that. And also I really love that the bass and piano parts are very understated, though the guitar rhythm takes center stage. These play their part really well, but they are not in your face. They don't intrude or uh, they are not prominent ever. So that really helped the song and helped convey the mood of the song. Overall, the production is great. The sound quality is great. Overall, great vibe. I really like the song. Now let's come to that one nitpick I promised you. So it's not a big deal, but like I mentioned, he has pronounced everything pretty well, right? Khaishein, khab. But if you're going into that level of detail, um, the word actually for blame or mistake here that he has used Kasoor. It's not Kasoor. In common day-to-day lingo, we say Kasoor. मेरा कसूर नहीं था, उसका कसूर नहीं था. That's perfectly fine. It is a Hindi-fied version, if I may say so, of the word Kusoor. The word is Kusoor. So, I mean, they paid so much attention to it, so they could have done this, but I think they know this and it was a choice because maybe Kusur doesn't flow well in this tune, so they said Kasur so it would phonetically sound really well. So that was my only nitpick. Overall, a great song. Definitely a song for your playlist and a great song in general. And I wouldn't mind listening to this again and again. So that was it for the review. If you liked the video and if you watched it till the end, thank you. Please leave a like down below, and if you have to tell me anything, please put that in the comment section down below. Also, you can suggest me the type of videos that I should make. I'll be open to listening to all of that. And please consider subscribing. And as I told you before, I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers. So kindly help me for that. Thank you so much.